everyone, my name is Titanic, and welcome back to another episode of the Titancraft Season 10 series, where we are now just 3 episodes away from the very last episode of the season and the last episode of the series. And it's honestly super surreal, and today is the final episode of the base building trilogy, where we are going to be completing the forest dome in this episode and polishing anything else that's unfinished in this base, and before we move on for the season. So we're very close to the finish line. I've actually been moving a lot of shulker boxes recently. I think these are left over from spawn that we organized. I'm just leaving them here for Juniper to pick up, but every shulker box I've had just randomly sitting around the server is now in a chest in here. The storage room is all labeled, all organized. It took me hours and hours. In fact, I know I was distracted for a lot about it, but it took me the better part of a week to get the organization plan down and then get it put into place. It was just a mess, a nightmare. Or deciding 256 item labels is just not fun. Also, Smite turned this around, and then I had to face it because he did a bad job, but now the water elevator's on the other side. So today, though, we are going to be working on the forest dome, which I've taken all the chests out and moved everything down there. All we have left up here is a shulker of Trevor's stuff and some flowers that we're gonna need, and a bed. So today we're gonna be decorating the dome. It's gonna be a whole bunch of jump cuts, but I'm hoping, unlike the last few episodes where I've done minimal on camera, my goal today is I'm gonna try to bring you guys along for the ride quite often. There's a lot to do, and because of that, I can't take you along for everything. But especially because this is a small enough area that I can keep the schematic loaded, I'm going to bring you in on regular updates and all of that fun stuff. But without further ado, I want to turn the schematic on. But I'm going to be a bit of a tease here, and we're gonna go into the config menu, and we're gonna lower this down so that way we can only see where the floor goes. Sweet. This is exactly what I want now. So we know where the roads have to go and what the roads are going to be made out of. And we can focus on that as our first step. I believe I have all of the quartz we need. I went mining for all of the copper that we need. Oh wait, what's up here? Oh, yeah, because in the original that's a solid block. Okay, cool. That's fine. But I'm hoping we have no resource problems that are major. I mean, I'm guessing there's going to be like 1 or 2 things that we're a little short of that we had to go grab, and I'm sure I'm going to take like 10 trips back to my main storage room at spawn, but if all goes well, we're not going to be doing much of that because I have everything we need over here. This dome isn't going to be nearly as expensive as the storage room, and it shouldn't be very time consuming either. Honestly, I'm expecting to get quite far on it tonight alone, just because of the fact that I'm probably going to be up late. I'm waiting for the Northern Lights. We're supposed to have what they call a G3 solar storm tonight, and so far it's not showing up. And I'm really hoping that the forecast wasn't wrong, because I would really like to see the Northern Lights again. I saw them a few weeks ago, got some awesome pictures, and that was super fun, but I want to see them again. Only bad thing is now they're pushing back the arrival time until like 4 AM, and by then I have the sneaking suspicion that cloud cover is going to come back, so it's gonna be quite the night for me. But we'll see. It's not gonna be the worst thing ever at the whatever. I can't think. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Okay, that's farmland anyway, so that's okay. Gotta figure out what's actually what here. Is this still farmland? No. Okay, cool. So right now I'm just gonna mark out all of the floors for this place, so I know what I'm actually dealing with, because that's gonna be the first major hurdle of building here. That's for sure. We're gonna take it layer by layer, and I think, actually, no, that's a lie. We're not gonna take it layer by layer. Scratch that. We're gonna start with the floor layer, and I'm gonna lay out all of that, and then we're gonna go build by build. I'm right here is like the little cabin. I'm probably gonna do the cabin like second to last, or maybe even last. It's gonna be one of the later things I plan on doing in here, but I can say for a fact that I think the statue is going to be one of the first things I do because I want the process of oxidation to start on it. Although I might also work on the gazebo. I'm mixed on it. I want everything done soon because I would like to have a screenshot with the new statue kind of brand new looking with everything in here done. But I also wanted to have enough time left in the season to oxidize all the way, so. And then again, there is a fair amount of time remaining in the season. It's not like the season's gonna end in a couple of days, so. Now, it is worth noting, I don't know what day of the week this episode is going to go live, as in I have absolutely no freaking idea. I've been awful at gauging when my episodes are going to make it out, because I've been lazy to edit, and I just fall behind, and I'm not paying attention. I swear I have like a one-track mind right now. I'm either focusing on farming in real life, I'm focusing on just recording and editing and not focusing on the server, or focusing on only the server and nothing else. Like, my mind is just, I can't do multiple things at once at the moment. That's just kind of how life is. See, this is all there, right? Yeah, okay. And because of that, I feel like I haven't been moving the series along in a way I should. But the good news is that I'm recording this on at 12:50 in the morning on Halloween. No Halloween episode, by the way. By the time this goes up, maybe there's been a Halloween stream. But there should... I'm hoping this episode goes live by like the 4th or 5th of November. I'm hoping, actually, probably sooner than that. By the 3rd or 4th of November. And I'm hoping the next episode, if all goes well, follows suit in like a day or two. I'm hoping, I believe... I don't have a calendar. Let's see. November 5th is a Friday, yeah. I'm hoping the 5th is the penultimate episode. No promises, but that's what I'm aiming for right now, is that the next episode and the penultimate episode of the series will be dropping on November 5th. Not guaranteed, though. I would say 70% chance right now I can make it happen, but I don't make everything happen, and yeah, not everything can be perfect. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and cut ahead a little bit until I can have a sizable progress update and something to fill in other than just burning up more time, because we're already 7 minutes of recording in and we haven't done a whole lot, so I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, I'm back with probably a bigger progress update than I initially planned on, but the circumstances have been weird. Last night I was just too tired to record anything else, and then today I've been in a call for the last few hours and I just slipped out of here to give you guys a little progress update and take you along for a bit of the ride. So, what I've gotten done actually is quite a lot in here. I have all of the roads into place now. I think that's what I think I was digging out the roads in the last clip if I remember it. I got this little pond built that we had designed. I need to figure out the lighting situation, and that'll be addressed in probably the next clip I do. But we have the little bridge for the road. We have a little dock here. Took me forever designing this in the creative board, figuring out how I wanted the dock to look. And finally I saw online a technique using campfires. I'm like, ooh, that looks cool enough. Over here we have the gazebo. Here, kind of a relic of all the spawn gazebos we've had over the seasons. As well as I kind of wanted some garden-y stuff, so we have like the little... I guess, what is this? These are the peonies, these are the lilac areas with some of the other purpley flowers. We have the rose bushes and the rose and red tulips, and then we have the kind of yellowy orange section with the sunflowers. I'm really happy with how that's been turning out, and the berry bushes are growing into place. Very nice. Really like how that turned out. Over here we have the house that kind of mimics a lot of my starter houses, just, I mean, it either mimics the really small ones and just looks upgraded, or it looks like a downscaled version of some of my big houses. But either way, very basic in here. I know I showed it off a few episodes ago in the design world, but yeah. We have all of this into place so far, and then just the tiny little garden out back, or out front, I guess. And I'm happy with how it all turned out. Over here, I haven't put the signs up yet. I do have the little memorial area though for my dogs set up. So obviously Georgia, who passed away in January of this year, her little memorial in the Titancraft server is going to be her. Heidi, who passed away way back in 2015. I gave her a memorial way back in Season 5, which again was already a few years. I think that was 3 years after she died. Now it's been over 6, but regardless, she's going to get a sign over here. And then, sadly, one of my current dogs, Kit, we're going to be putting her down pretty soon, and I think it's going to be before the end of the season, and so most likely she's going to get the 3rd gravestone right here. I had to fill out the signs yet later. And right here, we have the platform where we are going to be building the pig statue, or what's supposed to be a pig. It's not the most pig-looking thing I've ever made, so bear with me. Let me get the schematic back on. Let me figure out what the schematic height is at. I'm gonna go layer by layer here. So let's see, everything looks good here. Wait, what is her? What? Why are these miscolored, huh? I'm so confused. What? I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Regardless, we'll continue the schematic upwards. That's the wrong button. That's the right button. Okay. So we need to get some copper blocks. I should go over here to the material list to make sure I make the right amount. Oh, refresh. Okay, cut copper, we need 80 regular. We need 32 stairs and 31 slabs. Okay. We can roughly do that. So let's start by going right here, and we're gonna get 1 stack of cut copper, and half that goes to stairs, and then this goes to slabs. And then we need a total of 80 regular cut copper. And actually, so 64 plus 16 is 80, so that actually works out really nice. It should just be that amount. And we have a few extra if we messed up the recipe, so fingers crossed this works out. But let's build a pig statue that I designed on my own. As I said a few episodes ago when I revealed it, I worked really hard on this. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. I tried finding some other statue designs online, and just nothing really fit with what I wanted. I was trying to get a horror statue and a few other things, and just none of them quite fit the vibe of this place. None of them were sized quite right, and they all had some little quirky aspect of them that I just honestly did not like. And so I'm like, well, even if it's not perfect, let's just try to build our own statue from scratch and see how badly it possibly can go for us. And I'm hoping I don't regret this. I think it's gonna look pretty cool though. And I've already seen it, so I know it looks alright. It's not the ugliest thing I've ever built in this game, that's for sure. Which, thank God it's not, because that would be dumb. It will be interesting. Oh god, voice crack, and my throat is clogged up with crap. But it'll be interesting how quickly this oxidizes. This is my first time using copper on the server, and it's also with the heightened random tick speed of 10. I'm curious how fast it's gonna go. In the survival world, or in the testing world, I mean, not the survival world. The survival world. Why do I keep mixing that up? I'm struggling mentally right now. In the testing world, that's in creative, the tick speed I believe is default, and that was pretty slow to go. And honestly, I really wish they would have had this on its own timer, because I believe it's hooked up to the random tick speed, which to me isn't the greatest call, but whatever. I mean, what are you gonna do? I can't complain all I want, but Mojang's not gonna change it. But it is sad because we play with the heightened tick speed, and I kind of like the idea that it takes a while to oxidize. But just a little nitpicky thing, you know? It's not a huge deal either way. I haven't noticed though, as I've been building this entire base, going layer by layer on this kind of stuff makes it so much easier. Like, at times, while it can be faster and more convenient to do it other ways, like, there's just no denying in my mind that this is the best way to do it. Let's see. What block is this? Stairs. Oh wait, what? What direction is it facing? Huh? Oh, it's facing that way. Weird. Okay, cool. That's fine. We can work with that. These are slabs. Alright. Honestly, don't remember how this thing is shaped up close, so that's kind of my own problem here. I will admit, as I've recorded less, and I think it's been evident in the last few episodes, I've gotten so much more awkward trying to commentate over some of this stuff like this. I don't know. It's been the side effect of not recording enough in the last little while. Which is a shame, admittedly. A lot of that's my fault and I could have done better, but it's been quite the rocky year, and honestly, it's just amazing that we've gone to the end here to tell the story. I am optimistic, though, that I'm only like a day from finishing the mega base. I originally put in, I mean, it's Sunday night, or it's literally minutes from the end of Halloween. I never did do a Halloween stream. I was thinking about it, but I never did. That's beyond the point here. But my hope was that I could finish this thing by like Tuesday night and then edit on Wednesday, but I'm thinking I'm a day ahead of schedule right now. At least that's what I'm, again, thinking, not for sure. But it's what I'm on, right now it's what I'm on track to do, and I like that a lot. I always had escape wanting to go to this menu, I don't know why. It's a weird thing I do. Also, I realize this is totally more expensive than it needed to be, but that's okay. It's like, whatever. I mined the copper already, it's already here. I didn't check the schematic earlier, it's fine. It's not gonna kill me that I gathered the extra copper. You gotta keep doing it every time. Okay, these are the last full blocks of copper we need. Here go the stairs, and then I'm assuming this is gonna be all 13, or are there 2 left on top of the ears? There's 3 slabs left. Oh no. That's never a good feeling. Okay, let's go ahead and... Oh, actually, there should be 1 slab left over. I just remember that, so... Alright. There's that. I did remember here, though, we have a dark spot in here, don't we? Yeah. Is there a dark spot up here? Can't see because of the schematic. Great. I don't see one right there. I think we might be okay. I just want to verify that there's no dark spots in this thing. Yeah, it's all solid up there. Okay, cool. Well then, that is our first ever statue in Minecraft. Hey doggy, gotta back up here for a second. I need to... No, god dang it. That wasn't what I wanted to do. But it's totally what I did, so that's cool. Let's back all this up. Come on, doggy. Doggy. You're not my dog. That's not good. Whose dog is in my base? And why is there a dog in my base? God dang it. Okay. Well, here's the statue. Honestly, looks pretty good. I like it. I'm hoping I can get everything built around it before it oxidizes. That was... I know originally I said I wanted to get it first to do the opposite, but I actually changed my mind here, and I decided that it was for the better that I get everything built around so we can get a few nice screenshots with it looking brand new with the forest around it, and then we'll let it oxidize. So, here's my planned out steps. I'm going to do some tree planting. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty long episode. I think I'm going to bring you guys along towards the end of the tree planting as I get things organized in here. I'll show all that off, and then after that, all that's left is doing the Easter egg, and then it's base polishing. So we're almost done. I think I can do like 70% of the workload yet tonight, maybe. We'll see. Depends how late it gets. I don't want to work past like 1:30 tonight, but... Alright, I'll see you guys in a second with a bigger progress update. Did somebody say trees? It's looking a lot more like a forest now. I've spent quite a while actually working on this. It took me way longer to get all the trees in, and then doing this lighting floor was something else. I do have the lighting mod on. I think it's still on at least. Yeah, you can see out there where all the spawnable tiles are. I think I got every spawnable tile. I had to put some moss carpet really close here because I didn't realize this was not very well lit. I also had to fly around and put torches on spots like that because I realized there's a few ledges, but now we're ready for the final step in the process, which is very simple. Bone meal the grass and make this place very, very lush. So it's nice and pretty and natural looking. And that will be the last step for the surface part of the forest. Also, we have our first bit of oxidation on the statue over here. Got a long way to go. I bet by the end of the episode, though, it's going to be pretty far along, not going to lie. Then again, I'm also not sure how long this episode's going to end up taking me to finish filming. I'm thinking I'm going to finish the base tomorrow. If all goes well, at least. I can't guarantee much of anything at the moment, just with how life is, but I have high hopes at the moment that the end truly is in sight. Like, I feel like I've said that so many times, but now, like, we're so goddamn close. Oh! We have seagrass now. I like that, actually. Let me put some more seagrass in there. That's kind of cool. That was an accident that looks kind of cool. So, yeah. We'll rock with that. I might have to go grab some more bone meal in a second, but I'll at least take you guys along for the grassification, as we could call it. It also hides the carpeting a little bit nicer, which is good because I like hiding the lighting in the floor, but it definitely still kind of obvious. So at least this helps make it look a little bit better because everything is flushed out and the ground height is not perfectly even anyways anymore, so definitely helps. Alright, let's go grab some more bone meal. So yeah, the forest dome is very, very near completion. It just has to do the little throwback area now, and the base polishing step, I don't know how long it's going to take. I need to go over all of the domes, check for little minor mistakes, clean stuff like that up. There's a few things that I've been leaving for the very, very end of the season, one of which is like the igloo in the snow biome dome over there needs to be furnished. Originally, we kind of just ignored it when we had it, and it just wasn't anything I really thought much about. Now that we're at the end of the season, though, I don't want to leave it unfinished, and so we're going to go back and take care of that in, I guess, for you guys in a little bit. For me, it'll be sometime like tomorrow. We've got a lot going on, though. Oh, I'm excited to see the final product here, though. It's going to be absolutely stunning. I mean, it's already turning out super well. I think this base in many ways is exceeding some of my expectations. And I wish it could have been done earlier in the season, obviously. I'll admit that. It's still, to me, a little bit sad that we're only going to get to enjoy it for the last few weeks of the season. But at least it's going to be a cool base. It's going to be memorable. Something we're going to look back on and be happy that we built. So that's how at least I see it right now. And I guess how I see it is probably the most important thing, isn't it? Making progress. So much grass. I love it. I also like how occasionally the grass goes out there. Originally I was gonna do more like between the domes and all of that with trying to decorate the outside a little bit. At this point, just not on my radar. We got so many other things that, like, the other big thing is I had to divert the river to make this base, and I was gonna rebuild the river in a different spot so it all connects. Don't have time this season. Just ran out of it. It's one of those things it would take me like a week to work on, and so I don't think it's worth it. I don't think anybody else thinks it's worth it, and so it's just not something I care about right now. I want to focus on getting the main base done and getting us to the finale. And lucky for us, that's playing out very well at the moment, and I think you all can expect to see the penultimate episode in just a couple of days from when this goes live, which is absolutely spectacular news. I'm trying to coordinate everything with some of the other tie-ins to make sure that they get everything done that needs to be done, because there's a few Spawn Town tasks that really need to be completed yet before we confirm the penultimate episode of the series, and some of that has not been done yet. But pretty soon we will be able to get all of that locked in. I'm thinking right now that I will know by like Wednesday, which is about when this video will go live, if whether or not we can get a penultimate episode out on Friday the 5th, or if we have to wait just a little bit longer. If it takes a little bit longer, I'm not gonna be that mad. Like, it's fine. But at this point, I'd vastly prefer to do some other stuff. I think the general story is I just need a break from YouTube. I mean, I know some could make the argument, well, haven't you been on a break anyways with how bad you've been at uploading the last couple months? But that's been more of a mental health issue and just a lack of motivation trying to get to the end of the season. And the other part is, when you're so close to the end of the season, you can't really film anymore, because it's like, what am I going to film? I can do a million progress updates, but I can't have a million episodes before the end when we're that close. I mean, we've been teetering like just a matter of a couple episodes away for months. Here, kitty, come sit at my house. I'm going to leave this grass free. I think, though, the forest dome is done, and that is, or pretty much done. I did realize I needed to go add the signs to the dog memorial. That's one thing I forgot to do, but I'll worry about that in a bit. Okay, kitty, welcome home. Meow. I think, though, all the bone mealing needs here are done. Oh, I want to get a screenshot of the statue before it starts to oxidize any farther. I hope I got a good screenshot while the fart bubble wasn't interfering. Oh, this place just looks so dang cool. I love it. This is a memorable base. A memorable base. I can't speak. So, I think I am ready to jump forward once again to the next update, and that'll probably be the second to last clip, I'm thinking. Oh, I could maybe put a bit more bone meal right here. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll do one more update segment where I show you guys what we're doing underground and stuff, and then after that, I think I'm gonna show off the final base. So yeah, that'll be what's left in the episode. So I'll see you guys back in a second. For me, it's gonna be probably tomorrow night when I do my next clip. So I'll see you guys then. Well, it is complete. I believe the mega base is 100% done now. Maybe there's one or two little things I've missed, and if I catch them, I will patch them up yet before the season's over. But I believe the base in its entirety is done. You might be able to see up there. I brought some bee friends. Yes, there are 3 of them. Good. I got a beehive from a ways away so we could have some buzzy friends up here. I thought that'd be kind of fun. To get the forest a little more livened up. I do want to point out, I went back to the igloo that was decorated way back during the summer marathon on the June solstice. And I finally just added a little decor in there so it's something else. Let's see, what else can I catch you all up on? It's been a while since I recorded the last clip. I was gonna do 2 more clips, but I just said heck with it. I'm very tired and I just wanted to keep building, but at least I brought you guys along for part of the way. The pig statue continues to slowly oxidize. Hopefully by the time we get to the finale, it'll be fully oxidized. Don't worry, you'll see the base fully at least once or twice more. I probably will tour my base yet in either the next episode or the finale of the series. I haven't decided which one yet, but I'll let you, I mean, you'll see. I likely, though, will do a base tour yet. I think that'd be only fitting. Let's see, what am I going in here for? I've already showed you guys this a whole heck of a lot. I want to go down here under the azalea tree. So, down here. Here we go, the Easter egg of the place. Here is my very first base of the Titancraft series, recreated block for block in its awkward entirety, all the way down to here, because I don't want to make the entire staircase, but here it is, everything just like it was way back in Titancraft Season 1, with Logan being bad at spelling like all of us were, and a book and an item frame, a creeper head on an armor stand. It feels like home, and it's really weird. I mean, this is total episode 998 of the series, and I've made this place on episode 1. And so we have come full circle, guys. This is where the Titancraft series began, and we're back in it for the very end, and that's pretty damn special. And then down here is where my items are going to go for the end of the season. That's just that. And I'll put a shulker box here, or I guess I'll have 3 shulker boxes here at the map download for all my most important stuff. But that covers all of that. Pretty cool. Oh, there's my... So, I guess it's cursed images saying smile. Also, this cave is perfectly recreated from Season 1 too. Just it gets cut off. But without further ado, that brings the grand trilogy of base episodes to an end. We finished my base in 3 episodes. Like I said, it would have took me the better part of a month, but it's done. It's been fun, actually. I really enjoyed it. I wish I could have done this earlier in the season, but it's whatever. Overall, I'm just happy it's gone this well and that we're here and we can finally celebrate the end of the season at long freaking last. I guess let's just go take a victory loop outside. No, I hope I have an ender chest up here because otherwise I'm freaking screwed. I've burned up a lot of ender chests in this base and yeah, okay, I still have one up here. I think somebody's chasing us around, but that's okay. Almost sleep the night away quickly and then go for a little flight as we end off the trilogy. So yeah, hopefully this episode let's see, I'm recording this in the early hours of November 2nd. I'm hoping to get this up by late tonight. Yeah, it's been fun. Here's the base. Look at this place. It's so freaking cool. The biome bomb in its completion. Oh. Spectacular. Such a special base. I've had this concept since around episode like 505 of the series. It was during season 6 that I had the concept for this base, and I'm so glad I finally got a chance to put it in action and get to see it. But that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much for sticking with me. I can't say for sure quite yet, but I can say with fairly high confidence I'll be able to see you guys again on Friday night for the penultimate episode of the Titancraft series. It's gonna be an emotional one, that's for sure. It's gonna be quite an episode. I'm gonna record it solo, I know that much. And we're gonna be wrapping up any loose ends I have on the server. Maybe covering anything that I think I've missed so far in the series, and then it'll be off to the series finale. So thank you so much for watching and supporting me as always. And we will see you guys in the penultimate episode of Titancraft Season 10. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out. Bye-bye.